Good morning and happy vlog day, Pookie What? All right, so this week we're actually gonna talk more about family than anything else, and just kind of like I think I'm kind of like in the spirit of discernment, but I honestly think this week's word, if I have to give this week a word, it's kind of observation maybe, but really I'm just still in this space where I'm like observing, so yeah, observation, observing life and like discerning things, and just making sense of all of this shit. But let's talk let's talk first of all, let's talk about what we talked about last week and give a quick update, because like I said, this week is actually more about family than it is about my man and the family that I am building. But I wanted to give y'all a bit of an update from what we talked about last week. I think I want to move my angle down a little bit. I don't know, because my little gut be showing. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Just a little taste. Perfect. Even though it's a little good, but they'll look a little bit better. There we go. In my opinion. Okay. Anywho, so remember last week, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. Last week, I even rewatched the video and I was hurt. I was hurt. And the hurt came out in the video, and the hurt was still being very internalized in my heart. I was hurt by the fact that I felt like I was getting mixed signals from my partner. I was hurt by the fact that, like, I didn't understand the situation. And I feel like I think I was more so hurt because I don't want to ever have to experience my partner correcting me in front of people ever. But if it was going to be someone, I'm kind of hurt that it was our kid. You know what I mean? And so this week, was it this week? Yep. At the beginning of this week, I spoke with my partner about the situation. We were actually talking just randomly about something else, and we got on the topic of parenting. And one thing that I've learned about myself is I hold things in and I think about them so much that if I hear in my conversation with a person a keyword that connects me to that thought, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell them exactly how the fuck I feel. And I realized that about myself. I can't really hold on to my feelings anymore. Like, I'm in a space in my life where I gotta speak on it. And that's exactly what I did. He was talking about his boys. He was talking about his boys in some way. I forgot what he was saying. And I just cut into the conversation. I was like, speaking of the boys, I just want to let you know that, like, I have made the decision to just step back and, like, not speak up as much around here. Not from, like, a negative place, but just from this place of, like, I don't feel like you really want to hear what I got to say. And so I just rather kind of follow your lead than to be trying to forge my own path like you had asked me to do, but then kind of getting shut down the way I did last weekend. And one thing that I do love about my partner is he can hear me, and he is very receptive to the things that he hears. And he was just like, no, baby, I need to let you know that I was wrong. And I know that I was wrong. And I apologize because I should not have corrected you, number one, in front of him. And number two, when I kind of decided to have him in his brother's room and I had that conversation with him about taking care of his brother's room, I should have made you a part of that conversation. You're right. We are a partnership. This is, just as much your home as it is my home. Those are just as much your kids as they are my kids. And I don't want you to ever feel like that's not the case. I absolutely appreciate him for that because I was not going to speak on it at first. But then I just couldn't hold it in. And for me, like, I can't make a big change like that without speaking to the person. Now I'll be honest with y'all. I still hold a lot of hurt in my heart. That doesn't mean that I'm going to step as far back as I think I was when I first made this decision, because the hurt was still pretty fresh. The apology has made the hurt not as prevalent, and the communication around it has made me feel a lot more secure in my position here. But it's also just a reminder that, like, there's a reason that the word step is in front of step parent. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, I should see those kids as my own. those kids should respect me just as much as they, respect their mother or their father. But also, I also have to remember that, like, the only ties that I have to these kids are the ring that this man is about to put on my finger. That's it. You know what I mean? And so, around the house right now, we are just gearing up for summer to end. The youngest, his summer camp is about to end, so he'll be back in here. I don't know where I'm gonna be vlogging at, y'all. The hope is that Gucci is starting his CDL classes, and so I'll be vlogging from the room because he'll be at school, but we don't know. If not, I'll be vlogging from the loft, which is my little like she shed inside the house. It's where I can go to crochet. I just still haven't set that space up yet. It's kind of like our back porch. I'm waiting on my mom. She's gonna create me this really big stuffed turtle because, turtles. She's gonna create me this big stuffed turtle, and that's gonna be kind of like where I sit and crochet back there. And so I'm kind of waiting on that. I'm letting her get caught up on her things. That's it. Around the house, everything's okay. My partner will be starting CDO classes, which, y'all, is about to be a game changer for my life. But I realized that we didn't talk 6 minutes about the house. That's okay. I want to make it to about 15 minutes this week. And so that's about half of the time that we are talking. I'm good. I feel good about the house. I feel good about what we're doing. My birthday is coming up. And even, I'll be honest with y'all, like, even with some of our financial situations kind of not being as robust as I would like them to be, I'm still not without y'all. And I truly feel like it's my talents and my consistency and all of the beautiful things that I'm doing within myself that keeps me always feeling abundant and rich. That's a perfect segue to what we're talking about this week. Because I'm talking about this week, family thinking you rich just because they see you a lot on their timeline. Let's talk about it. Let's get comfortable. I gotta get myself a little bit more comfortable. Because y'all, like, you read about it. Ooh, that's not a flattering angle, Miss Mama. Let's turn back around because you look good this way. Okay, I'm sorry. You know how you like read about how people get funny with you, and what's so funny is, I said this to myself when I was washing the dishes this morning. It's like, girl, you act like this is new to you. Like, people have always treated me, in my opinion, like more than what I feel like. But I realized that maybe I present a certain type of front. Not even front, because it's not a front. I think I'm the shit, baby. But I present myself in a way that I think makes me appear more opulent than I truly am. And that attracts users. Not even users. That just attracts some weird energy. And I've experienced it at the beginning of life, but I think during that time, I really wasn't paying that much attention. Excuse me. I'm in a more observant space. I think that's how you say it. In my life now. And I'm starting to like look at things and really like dissect them. I think when I was younger, I would kind of like see things, okay, that's happening or whatever. And I would move on because I really didn't care about it because I was too busy living. I want to get back to that point. But as I mature naturally, I am starting to conceptualize things and make them make sense. And one of the things that I realize is like when people in your life, family specifically, but friends can do this too, start to see you going up or start to see you being successful or starting to see, the fruits of your labor paying off. They don't know how to just say, like, I fuck with you, I'm proud of you, I want to be part of this. They don't know, a lot of them don't know how to communicate, A, their admiration, and B, they don't know how to be around you now because they think that you're somebody different. Like, I know that a lot of people don't listen to Rod Wave because he's going through a lot of things, with his domestics. But Rod Wave has a line in one of his songs, like, family, they look at me and they see Rod Wave, they don't see Noonie no more. And it's like, I'm realizing that, like, my family is starting to, like, jokingly call me Harley. Like, they don't see Rika anymore. And it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because it's like, I want a place where I could be Rika, right? Which I feel like I have that at home. Like, my stepsons don't know who Harley Hendrix is. They do not know who Harley Hendrix is. Maybe my oldest kind of does because he's caught me, in and out of lives or podcasts. But for sure, baby son does not know who Harley Hendrix is at all. Of course, Gucci knows who Harley Hendrix is, but Gucci allows me to be Rika with him. And it's funny because we'll have moments where, I'm being a little sassy or something. Like, okay, Harley. So we joke about that. My sisters and brothers, of course, jokingly call me Auntie Harley, but they absolutely allow me to be Rika. I'm so excited. I don't know if I told y'all, but my birthday party is going to be at my mom's house. And I'm just super excited to have my birthday party at my mom's house. Next week, I'm going to talk more about that, but I don't want to get caught up in that. I don't like seeing my family treat me like Auntie Harley. I want my family to treat me like Rika for the rest of my life because nobody in the internet will know Rika. And so I don't want Rika to die. I don't want my identity to be lost, but I also like don't want to be treated weird. So let me tell y'all what happened, and then let me tell y'all what I'm thinking about, and we're gonna get ourselves out of here within 15 minutes. So we got 4 minutes. Let me tell y'all what happened. So this week, I'm just doing crazy shit, posting, just sometimes you want to post for clickbait. I ain't gonna lie to you, little rage bait, little, right? And this what makes me frustrated about this story. It's not one of my blood family members. It's somebody that's married to one of my blood family members. So for me, the biggest issue here is like, sir, you really is a +1 to the wedding. You really are a +1 to the invite. Why don't you shut the fuck up? But anyways, so I'm posting crazy shit on my Facebook, and my aunties, first of all, y'all, let me just let y'all know that I rub my stomach for comfort because I'm a chunky monkey. I don't want nobody to look at this and be like, oh my God, is she pregnant? No, I am infertile. I am sterile. I cannot have children. I don't want them, but I cannot. And I think I just rub my stomach because I enjoy it and because I'm getting a little big right now. What Rasputia say, I got a little belly. But my auntie's husband reached out to me. First, he got under one of my posts and said something, and I had to let him know, I'm not talking about you. And then he asked me to call him about a post that I posted. So I called him, and he's like, why you put that on the internet? And da-da-da-da. I said, Uncle, that's my ice machine, y'all. I said, Uncle, first of all, I'm grown. We gonna start there. 6 or 7 unks said we gotta start before there because we can't even start there. We're gonna start at the fact that I am grown as fuck. 33 years old. Second of all, the things that people place on social media are not real. Please don't ever call me about things that I post on social media. But he made me realize that something that I told myself, I don't want to get on for rage bait. And so this situation, even though very frustrating, was a reminder to myself to be authentic to my own word. And then after that, he was like, I could tell that he just wanted to talk. Cause after I shut down the Facebook shit, I was like, so what's going on? Then he's like, and you owe me a hat. I told you that I wanted a hat this color, that color, and you still haven't gotten it for me. I said, when did you tell me that? When you first started crocheting? I've been crocheting 3 years, bro. Yeah, I figured you was busy. Okay, so why are you on the phone with me talking like I've been sitting on the phone promising you a hat when I didn't even remember that I promised you it? I told you I was going to make you a hat during the time where I was telling everybody they fucking mama I was going to make them something. But now that you made me aware of it and you reminded me of it, it takes me a fucking hour to make a beanie, bro. I'll make you a hat. Got you. I'll make you a hat. Then I told him, I got you. I'll make you a hat for Christmas. This motherfucker gonna tell me if I make it to Christmas. I said, shit, if I make it to Christmas, what you talking about? I don't know why old people think they're the only people that are reserved for possible death. Any of us could die any day. I don't give a fuck how old you is, how young you is. Any of us could die any day, motherfucker. So if I make it to Christmas and you make it to Christmas, it's gonna be a beanie waiting on you, nigga. But my frustration with my uncle is not even the point of this conversation today. The point of this conversation today is to remind myself that, like, people don't know how to call and just say, hey, I see you doing your thing. I'm proud of you. I would like something too. Because if you blow up, I want to say that I got something from you. That is what he wanted to say that day. Look at that. I got to cut this. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Instead, he called with a bunch of bullshit that frustrated the fuck out of me and made me not even want to do his hat. I'm going to calm down and I'm going to get to a better headspace and I'm going to do his hat. But it made me realize that, like, I don't want a social media just for Rika, right? I don't, because most of the things that Rika do feeds into Harley, right? So if you're going to be in my life, you're going to be on one of my Harley social medias. But if you're going to be on my Harley social medias, you're going to realize that if you ever call me and ask me about anything that I do on social media or on the internet, I will probably curse you out. And I realized that I got this close to cussing my uncle out. And then I realized I was going to bring hell to my mama, and I didn't want to deal with that. He will not be lucky like that the next time. If he says some dumb shit to me again, I'm going to cuss my uncle out. And if you watching this and you a part of my family in any way, form, or fashion, and you ask me any fucking thing else about what I do on the internet, I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. Because I'm going to let y'all know this right now, and we're going to wrap on up for the week. I'm about to start doing adult content. I'm about to be the Kim K of my family, but in a different way, because I don't think I want to do scenes with other people. I'm going to do solo scenes, and I am going to do dance scenes, and I am sure that some of it is going to leak. If you are watching this and you are a part of my family, you are probably going to see some very unflattering things about me in the coming years. These are things that I want. These are things that I like. These are things that I think are flattering, but the world does not think sexuality and sensuality is flattering on a woman. The world does not think that I should love sex because I am a woman. The world does not think that I should be a sexual being because I am a woman. And to that, I say, fuck you. I say fuck you to anybody who has a problem with the fact that I'm about to be a sexual being. And I say fuck you to any person who does not understand it and decides to hate on it. But I say thank you to anybody who don't understand it but stay away from it. I say thank you to anybody who see it and delete it because you don't want it on your timeline. I thank you because you stand your ground without disrespecting me, and I appreciate that. I love y'all. I'm finna get on about it here for the week. But this week, we want to be reminded to communicate, because I would not have gotten to the place that I was at with my partner without communicating. We want to be reminded that this is your life. Don't let nobody, not your family members, not your sisters, not your brothers, nobody tell you how to live your life. And we want to be reminded that if you are watching this and you're a part of my family, mind your motherfucking business about me. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I love you.